Next, the plans for a new Center Parcs between Selkirk and Hawick, which some local farmers say they are opposing.
Environmental concerns are being raised about the proposed holiday park, which may see a 7-foot wall being built on its border. Well, our reporter Isla Todd is at the edge of the potential site for us. And Isla, these are some of the first objections that we've heard of.
Yeah, Amy, that's right. This is the first time since the plans were first announced in November last year that we're hearing that some people are opposed to the idea. After months of consultations, we're hearing that some of the new neighbours of this site are citing environmental concerns and concerns about that 7-foot wall you mentioned as well.
These farmers have lived here for decades, but say their way of life is at risk from the proposal for a new Center Parcs in the Borders, which would build a 7-foot wall around their land, which is just over that fence.
We are going to be fenced in by a structure that more closely resembles a prison enclosure than anything that would divide rural land parcels. The nature of the barrier itself will be what Center Parcs are referring to as bunding, which is a very substantial earth mound, and then a metal impenetrable fencing, more along the lines of what you'd expect around an electrical station or something where security was needed.
And it's not just on one side, it's on two.
The big black line is going to be the Center Parcs fence. Center Parcs would look down on the farm, but I think it's mainly this thought of an enormous village being put in the middle of just wonderful countryside, 700 lodges, which is bigger than Ashkirk and possibly Liliesleaf combined.
Consultations have been running for months, with a planning application now submitted. Center Parcs says, as part of the planning process, we have carried out detailed assessments on issues such as transport, water supply and noise, working closely with the relevant authorities. These assessments are now being reviewed by public bodies, including Transport Scotland and Scottish Water, before a decision is taken by Scottish Borders Council in due course. Merlin and his mum say they aren't the only objectors, with many having concerns about increased traffic on the A7, noise pollution, light pollution and bringing unsustainable tourism to the region with little benefit to the people living here. And others have concerns about increased water usage and how waste is disposed of.
They will have a water treatment plant which will discharge not clean water but treated water, which will then be put into the Teviot either by tanker or by pipeline. It's not clear. But that water will still have contaminants in it. Chlorine from the public area bathing places and also salt off the road.
If approved, the multi-million-pound development between Hawick and Selkirk is expected to bring in 350,000 visitors every year to the Borders, which they estimate would bring in £9 million to the local economy.
Center Parcs says that one of the benefits it will bring to the region is that the village will create jobs and bring an economic boost as well. Can you understand why there is some support for this?
I completely disagree with the economic impact that has been set out. I think that it is short-sighted and hasn't properly considered who will be employed and in what capacity and what broader economic benefit will actually be borne out, rather than something that's been written in a very optimistic way and hasn't been properly scrutinised. I point out that the only economic impact report that's been made by the applicant's agent, or their consultant rather.
Since the end of July, the online planning application has recorded around 30 objections, which may prove rough terrain for Center Parcs to navigate if they want the application process to go smoothly. Isla Todd, ITV News.